at University of Johannesburg, Soweto campus. Our delegates have been pouring in from different parts of the country on transportation arranged by the EFF head office. Travels on our country's routes have been smooth and we have had no incidents. As things stand, of the totals of 76 buses expected, 61 have reported at the UJ Soweto campus, all from outside Gauteng province. 5 are still en route. The remaining 10 are only being deployed to different destinations of Gauteng now at 12 noon. Our registration process for the media is complete and closed. We want to express our gratitude for the smooth of different media houses. We are truly sad that we could not accommodate everyone. The massive interest is of great inspiration nonetheless. We are proud to also indicate that as of midday, 2,100 delegates out of the 3,800 delegates expected have been registered and accredited. This is already above the 50% target in 3 hours. With this speed, registration should be concluded by 16 hours today. The rest of the other logistical arrangements relating to guests and accommodation will be provided at the 18 hours briefing. Members of the media are advised that we will invite you to cover the CIC Julius Malema's registration at the University of Johannesburg to give you a good sense of the smooth running of the process. The details will be communicated in time, and we invite you to follow the EFF Twitter timeline at EFF South Africa for details. Thank you.
Thank you, SG. Let's take hands for questions. If I'm going to rely on you to circulate the mic. So it'll be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Brother, you saw the numbers. Yeah, raise your hands again, guys. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Okay, and then number 6. All right, Matsi Diso. Please do introduce yourselves again in case, you know.
Thank you. Just a very quick one. The issue around the media houses, I see SANEF has released a statement, so I'm asking for reaction just around how SANEF feels that the EFF is actually not being genuine in its sadness and rather its reasons why it cannot accommodate more media houses. I'm just looking for a quick reaction to that. Thanks.
Number 2.
Mono Nobala, Lizega from News 24. Nobala, can you give us an estimate or a number of delegates who will be coming to the conference from each province?
Number 3.
My colleague covered the question.
Number 4.
I'm covered.
You're covered. Are you covered as well? Is anyone uncovered?
Okay. It's Natasha Perry here from SABC News. Just to add on to CD's question of, the media houses, Mbiseni, what was your reason of cutting down the number of media houses that were supposed to come here? And I mean, is it true that the Daily Maverick has been banned from all EFF activities? Yeah, thank you.
Okay. I think because so many people were covered, let's try anyone else, because really we only have 2 questions to deal with. Is there anyone else? All right, SG.
Thank you very much.
The mic, SG.
Thank you very much. As for Matsidiso and Natasha, the fact of the matter remains that in excess of 600 media personnel applied for accreditation. Practically, you will agree with us that it is impossible really to have in excess of 600 media personnel, close to 25% of the delegates, and even outnumbering the security of the NPA. It could not actually be, acceded to. We had to engage with the media houses to reduce their crews. As for Daily Maverick, I think the question can be best posed to them. They know better what they are involved in, and they should be able to answer that question as to whether they are banned or not. As for the EFF, we We are fine with all media houses except for those that descend into the arena masquerading as journalists when actually they are politicians, and you shall be treated as such. And it's not the first time we have such useless media houses actually screaming. You'll remember ANN7, which of course you know better about. As to the expected number of delegates, we have just read in the statement that we expect 3,800. Already 2,800 have gone through the accreditation system, and we are looking forward to complete at least not later than 4 p.m. today. You may wish to know in terms of the breakdown per province. Well, we've got Eastern Cape 442, Free State 236, Gauteng 536, KwaZulu-Natal 532, Limpopo 596, Mpumalanga 428, Northwest 388, Northern Cape 156, Western Cape 196. We can repeat that. We'll start from the bottom. Western Cape, 196. Northern Cape, 156. Mpumalanga, 428. Northwest, 188, Limpopo 596, KwaZulu-Natal 532, Gauteng 536, Free State 236, Eastern Cape 442. In total, that should be about in excess of 3,800, excluding guests.
Okay. All right, SG. Majority of these numbers are credentials related, so I'm sure that the 1,800 hours briefing will speak to them much more specifically to give you a breakdown, because we've got guests and other people that are also in attendance. Anything else, SG? Must I proceed? No. Okay, let's try another round. Last one. 1 and 2. That's it. And 3. Okay. Yes.
Thank you. Noah Goba from Power FM. Just a quick one, SG. How many? Can you just please clarify how many EFF Student Command members will be part of this National People's Assembly? And yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you. Number 2.
SG, towards the end, you mentioned guests. Which guests is the EFF expecting to come to the National People's Assembly, and especially international guests? Yeah, thank you.
Right, Liz. Don't go far. Hey, Chief.
I just wanted to ask from the organizing committee, what went into the organization of this conference? What's your reaction to, because we've spoken to a lot of your delegates who've been rather impressed with how smooth the process has been going, just what went into organizing, as well as the Daily Maverick issue. Nobala, I just want to find out from you, are you lifting the ban on Daily Maverick? Because you're saying that we must speak to Daily Maverick knows more than you do. Are you lifting the ban on Daily Maverick? You can't say that there was no ban because the CIC spoke of a ban during Robert Mugabe's memorial.
Sorry, just one quick one. I just want to ask for the SG as well. I think at the last media briefing, there was a conversation around, or at least questions around letters, former members, expelled members who can apply to the NPA. Have you had any writing to the NPA asking for it to review their membership with the party? Thank you.
Thank you. Last one.
Thank you very much. Sam Gelo from ENCA. My question is directed to the Treasurer General. TG, who funded this gathering that you have here? Where do these funds come from? Are there any private donors that donated to the EFF that you are willing to divulge? And what's the budget? How much are you spending for this festivity here? And did you get any funds from the now liquidated VBS? Thank you.
SG.
I would have been surprised if the Lord of the Media would not have been tried to be a little bit controversial. But nonetheless, on the issue of the Student Command, we have invited the former presidents and secretaries of the Student Command. The first two, which is Fighter Mpo and Fighter Piwaba. The secondly, President and Secretary, Fighter Peter and Rendani, and the newly elected Fighter Mandla and Fighter Muzikoza. We also invited the current top 5 of the Student Command, which is the Treasurer, the Deputy Secretary, and the Deputy President. So in all, they should be in the range of about 9 or 10. That is the Student Command delegation to the National People's Assembly. On the issue of international guests, we have actually invited quite a number of international guests, the embassies, and some formations from some African countries who are inspired by the economic freedom fighters, the Namibian economic freedom fighters, which have just achieved 2 seats in the National Assembly, and some others from Ghana, Liberia, Zimbabwe, etc. So we are looking forward to those formations inspired by EFF across Africa. We have quite a number of confirmation from embassies. The embassies in the briefing, the later briefing will actually have the proper details, but quite a number of embassies in South Africa, countries represented in South Africa, have actually confirmed. We will be briefed from time to time as and when they collect their accreditation, but some of them have already collected. On the issue of a daily maverick, Lizek, you should know better what was our relationship with the ANN7. And that is our posture and attitude to any media house, be today and tomorrow or even prior. We shall actually conduct ourselves as such, because once a media house decides to define itself outside what is expected of it and its profession, so it must live with those consequences. And there has never been any lifting of any ban if there's anything called a ban. But as a matter of fact, we have got a right of association with any person and a right of disassociation. On the issue of former members who were expelled, as a matter of fact, the organizational report will actually allude to that. I am aware of quite a number of letters that have been received and will be dealt with and tabled and reported to the NPA in terms of Section D25 of the Code of Conduct of the organization, wherein they may present their case to the NPA for a review and appeal, and I'm aware of quite a number of them, and as and when the organizational report is being presented, so you shall be informed. And yeah. TG?
Thank you, SG. This VBS money doesn't run out, hey? No, there's no VBS money here. And this NPA is really self-funded by the EFF. You must understand that we have now increased our seats in Parliament. It's pretty much double, and also in all our legislatures. So pretty much our income from the IEC, from Parliament, and from all the provincial legislatures has pretty much doubled, right, since June 2014. And our expenses hasn't, like, we haven't opened up new offices, etc. So we have money managed the money extremely well, and we planned very well because we knew that this conference was coming on and it was going to be very costly. So no, this money has been completely funded by the statutory bodies that provide us income as the EFF. At last count, we haven't done the final tally on the expenses of the NPA, but at last count we were at about 32 million. And transport is a very expensive thing, Nasrec venue, and yes, we have given our delegates the VIP treatment, so I hope I answer your question. No VBS money.
Okay. That's fine. I didn't know you also howl. Thank you very much, and we will inform you of the different officials that will be registering, and we'll give you an opportunity to go there. So this is the main venue in which you guys are supposed to be in the Nasrec, and refreshments are there. I'm told there is coffee and water for now. So thank you very much. We'll reconvene again at 1800 hours this afternoon. That's it.